Yo, check it out. This is the Wild Cowboy with a lot of style, boy, the great Sadat X of Brand Nubian. And you're watching The Dribble on Gully TV. That's right, The Dribble on Gully TV with your man, the Wild Cowboy with a lot of style, boy, one of one, the untraceable, no known DNA, punction up to get beat down. Come on, motherfuckers, come on.
Tune in to me, you're watching Gully TV. I've never been in such a hurry to get in front of this green screen. Straight up. This cat, Favio Foreign, made this statement publicly. 35-year-old Brooklyn rapper Favio Foreign says he doesn't know Nas' music outside of one mic. Says he grew up on Chief Keef. Fivio was 21 years old when 16-year-old Chief Keef blew up. Whose young nigga is this? Whose young nigga is this? This explains everything. This is a great statement that this should be studied. This is one of the problems that's wrong with this generation. All of that space shit that they be on, wearing fucking ski masks in the summertime and shit like that, taking all types of fucking drugs, he just got out of jail. He was one of the more high profile, he was kind of popping a few years ago, had a little deal with Mason, some old shit. He's the latest to sabotage his career, but this shit needs to be studied. This shit needs to be studied. Whose young nigga is this? How are you 21 being influenced by a 16-year-old? Like, who the fuck was you? Whose young nigga is this? Who was you around? Who was you under? Who influenced you? Obviously, Chief Keef influenced you because that's what you said, but this is some of the shit that's wrong with the fucking world. He put it into words. And I don't know what these young niggas' problem is with Nas, but in regards to this nigga here, Favio Foreign, you can tell that these niggas missed everything. You feel me? You can tell it was a gap. It was a gap that affected these niggas' comprehension and learning and shit like that. Let's say that Nas isn't of your generation. Who was the older niggas that you was around? Who was the niggas that was... You could tell he couldn't have been getting no money, because if you was hopping in an older nigga car, if you was getting some work from a nigga, or if you was in the circles with older niggas and barbershops around older niggas, you heard fucking Nas. You would absorb this shit vicariously. I got nephews. All of them niggas hip to Nas. You know why? Because that's Uncle Jamil's music. Like, this is what they was fucking listening to growing up. They running around the house, they absorbing this shit. And before you know it, these little niggas getting pretty, they get the half moon part in their head, and they learning the fresh game. Like, you didn't watch Belly? You weren't influenced by the shit that they was on in Belly? Like, the fashion alone would captivate a young nigga's mind if he had any type of polish about him. This is unbelievable. But I just want to point something out. This is how you know these niggas miss Nas, or they weren't in tune, because they didn't get any lessons. Nas was constantly teaching, and I want to share something with you that hit me like a ton of bricks when I was in jail fighting an attempted murder case. I shot a motherfucker, no ski mask on, took my ass to jail. I'm listening to Nas on the regular, but I'm not absorbing the lessons, not until I'm in that goddamn cell and I'm reciting this shit to myself, right? Tough luck when niggas get struck, families are fucked up. Could've caught your man, but now look who you bucked up. Mistakes happen, so take heed. Never bust up in the crowd, catch him solo, make the right man bleed. That is a whole lot of game and insight. Play that back, I ain't gonna say it again. But that shit hit me like a ton of bricks, because not only did I shoot somebody, I hit a motherfucker that was like driving by in a car and shit. I had somebody innocent too, right? And that verse, it hit me like a ton of brick. Boom! And you could tell that these guys have never been exposed to this lesson. And ironically, when he was laying out this lesson, he was telling it to a young nigga. It was Shorty Doo-Wop. You seen the movie Belly? When he went and he sat on the bench with the young boy? Shorty's laugh was cold-blooded as he spoke so foul. Only 12 trying to tell me that he liked my style. Then I rose, wiping the blunt's ash from my clothes, then froze, only to blow the herb smoke through my nose. He was teaching a young nigga. He told him. The young boy told him about, busting off the roof and all of that shit. Niggas be busting off the roof, so I wear a bulletproof and pack a black trade deuce. He was saying that to Nas, and Nas was schooling him. I had to school him, told him, don't let niggas fool him. When the pistol blows, the one that's murdered is the cool one. And these young niggas didn't get that shit. You could tell they didn't get that shit because these niggas is shot the fuck out. I can't believe that he said that. But it's a reflection of their character. It's a reflection of their character. Everybody wasn't allowed to get in the whip. I'm serious. And the ones who weren't allowed to get in the whip, they ended up being differently. If you were chosen, you got a different level of lessons and tutelage. If you were embraced, if they let you in the whip, if you was in them Maximas, if you was in them GMC Jimmys, you dig what I'm saying? If you was in them Cadillacs, if you had access to the whip, you was under somebody's tutelage, and you would hear this shit. You would hear this shit. Like, you would just absorb everything from being around these older thorough niggas. Nas also said, he said, worshiping every word that them rope rocking niggas gave me. Who was the rope rocking niggas around this cat right here? This nigga is lost. I couldn't believe he said that shit. How are you 21 and living in New York City, Brooklyn, and you're not absorbing this flavor? AZ was often on tracks with Nas. Like, if you're not familiar with Nas' body of work, you probably ain't familiar with AZ body of work. They A alike, B alike, C alike. I don't know what to say. I'm really fucked up about this. I couldn't believe that he said that. And I believe that what he said is kind of a reflection of a whole generation. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of the Chief Keef influence, Chief Keef ain't going to jail. Chief Keef is a success story. He evaded all of that shit. His whole generation went to the fucking penitentiary. They went to the fucking cemetery. King Yella just fell the fuck out on somebody's podcast the other day, drunk or on pharmaceutical pills or some shit like that. But that's not where Chief Keef is in life. And this nigga just came home. This nigga was just in jail in Jersey about a pistol or some old shit like that. But I had to get on here and bring this to the table. This is a crime. This is a crime, and this is a reflection of what's happening in society. It is. Back in the day, D-Nice said, to teach to each is what rap intended. He said that on Self-Destruction. There was a time when hip-hop music was something that taught. You learn lessons from hip-hop. When you listen to Hip Houdini, friends, how many of us have them? Friends, before we go any further, let's be friends. Friends is a word you use every day, but sometimes we use it in the wrong way. You could look the word up again and again, but the dictionary doesn't know the meaning of friends. And if you ask my opinion, I couldn't be much help, because a friend is somebody you judge for yourself. They are, it's a deplorable reality. Because I believe that the music industry had a hand in it. They started to push the low vibrational shit. When everybody looked around, there was no more X-Clan, there was no more Public Enemies, there was no more Poor Righteous Teachers, there was no more Most Defs and Talib Kweli's and Common. These kids, they think that Common is an actor. They missed the whole thing. They missed it. But I just wanted to get on here and bring this to the fucking table. This is something that's going on in the world today. And I couldn't believe that shit. I think Favio Foreign is, he might be of another nationality. He might have some Caribbean or some island in his background. But I don't know who raised this nigga. I don't. Even the girls that I was dating, girls that I dealt with, they started to absorb the music that I was on just from being in my cars and shit like that, just from being around me. To the point they would go to a Nas show on their own. Like, if, let's say they went off and got to date another nigga, they might turn him on to the shit. You see what I'm saying? Like, it, to this day, I will encounter a chick that I dealt with and she'll say, yo, I heard this on the radio the other day and I thought about you. Or I seen this video and I thought about you. You know why? Because that was my reality. This is something that they absorbed just from being around me. And that's what puzzles me about Favio Foreign. I'm like, who the fuck was he around? Who was the niggas that he was around it? He made it to 21 years old, and only thing that you got from Nas is one mic. That wasn't even no big deal. The one mic was a bunch of yelling to me, but I'm fucked up about it. Like, share, comment, and tell me how y'all feel about this below. I stumbled a bit because I'm passionate about everything that I'm saying, but you can tell that these guys, they said they didn't really get Nas. They got Jim Jones, and that's just what happened. Peace.
Heard the voice, saw the face, made the choice. Young Money Militia Gang Zone, Corey Guns, and you watching The Dribble, Gully TV. Let's get it.